Welcome back to another installment of SCP Readings with your reader here, Gmodon. Today we're looking at SCP-2059. There's a link down in the description for you to follow along as I read out loud. SCP-2059 is an autonomous and sentient mass of flesh, bones, and organs. The entire mass is seemingly dominated by a large yellow sensory organ that does not correspond to that of any known species. The organ resembles an eye in composition, but further study has shown that it is capable of detecting infrared radiation and heat signatures. SCP-2059 appears capable of rearranging itself at will, but normally it follows the usual composition. The exterior is smooth flesh, covering a grid of bones that protect vital organs and brain tissue in the center of the mass. SCP-2059 does not require extraneous sustenance. Any living creature touching SCP-2059 will be absorbed into its mass, but keratinous material, skin, hair, and nails, is discarded. At the time of writing, SCP-2059 consists of 1 blue whale, 1 giant squid of unknown species, 2 bottlenose dolphins, several specimens of various livestock, approximately 30 human beings, 1 dead human being in advanced stages of decomposition, several specimens of various household pets, approximately 300 rodents, and an undetermined amount of insects. SCP-2059 has a tendency of attempting to fill a space completely if it is confined in one. This is assumed to be to help retain cohesiveness. SCP-2059 exhibits highly aggressive behavior towards all human and animal life. It will attempt to either kill or assimilate any organisms on site. While in a passive state, SCP-2059 is usually gathered on the bottom of its containment, with most of its mass pressed against one of the corners. Despite SCP-2059 having multiple sets of vital organs, it does not appear to be using most of them. PET tracer scans have shown that almost 85% of all organs within SCP-2059 are inactive and unused. Now, following the report is a couple of addendums where the SCP somehow ends up speaking, although it doesn't seem to be the SCP itself speaking, but perhaps the humans that were assimilated into the pile of flesh. The first time it had spoken, a face emerged from the SCP and it had began saying things like, "He let me on the surface and he has yet to see you in your white robes," but all in Hindi. And every time this face speaks, it seems to be referring to some sort of him and he. Now, following in the next addendum, another voice comes forward and yet another face. It turns out that this he is a child, referring to, I suppose, the main entity of what controls this entire blob of flesh. Then it goes on to say that this child doesn't know what to do with all its assimilated mass, and it seems to indicate it's from a different planet or a different dimension even. It's extremely interesting that this thing may just be a child that's unsure of everything around it, but I think that's what makes it all the more terrifying and dangerous. It reminds me a lot of some of the creatures from the Silent Hill series, as there were several monsters that were created out of a concoction of multiple organs and flesh and sometimes insects. So I really enjoy it for that aspect, and it has just a touch of mystery to it that leaves me wanting more answers than what is given. So that has been SCP-2059. Thank you for joining me on this reading. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.